Avoid women with a past. That's what we're going to talk about today. So today, this video is for you if you're looking for a long-term partner and you want to make sure that the woman that you're going to end up with doesn't have a bad past that's going to end up ruining your long-term relationship. Now, if you're just looking for casual hookups, then a woman's past isn't that important to you. But if it's a long-term relationship that you're looking for, then it's really important that you take a look at her past to make sure that you're not going down the wrong road with the wrong person. So let's get into it. So first, let's define what it means that a woman has a past. What we're talking about here is not how many guys she's been with or anything like that. What we're talking about is what have her past emotional issues been, okay? Does she have major psychological issues? Is she crazy? Did she do some crazy stuff to some other guy? Did she ruin someone's life? Is she just an emotional mess? So that's the context we're talking about here. How is she on a mental, spiritual, emotional level? What has her state been in the past? That's what's important when you're looking for a long-term partner. Before we continue, make sure you hit that notifications icon to make sure you're notified every time I drop a new video. So how do you know that a woman has issues? Well, in the beginning of the relationship, you're going to notice something very weird. She's going to start punishing you for things that happened with other men. So this is how this goes. People carry their baggage with them from previous relationships and bring it into the new relationship. So let's just take a random example. Okay, I started dating a girl, and once I was late, like 5 minutes late, no big deal, right? But when I showed up, she was super pissed off. She threw this huge fit, and she acted as if I did something terrible, right? And right away I could tell, okay, this emotional reaction does not match the situation, okay? So because I have experience, I understood, oh, she has had some bad experience in the past with maybe her partners being late, right? And so when you see an overreaction to something, that is a good notification that the woman probably is bringing something from her past into the new relationship. In which instance, this is basically what I tell women. I say, whoa, sweetheart, listen, you're unconsciously punishing me for something that your former partner did to you. I'm not gonna accept that punishment, okay? You cannot punish me for something that some other man or other men did to you. If you're gonna come into this relationship with me, then you need to come and start on a new slate and leave the past in the past. You need to have enough awareness to catch yourself every time you're trying to punish me for something your past asshole boyfriend did to you, okay? So guys, you need to stand up for yourself. And when you notice that you're being punished for something that it just doesn't make sense, it's probably because she's carrying it over from past relationships. And at that point, you need to wake her up and say, hey, stop, wake up, look what you're doing. That's not okay. Okay? So you need to set some rules. So if you see that your woman is punishing you for something that other men did to her, you need to let her know that that is her issue that she needs to solve on her own. Do not get into the trap of trying to help her get over that or to ever apologize for what happened to her with other men. You should not be punished for what some other jerk did to her. Okay, so it's not your job. That is inner work that she needs to do. Your job is to say, stop, here are the rules. I'm not going to be abused because some other person was bad to you. Okay, you need to take me as me. New relationship, clean slate. Now the second point is when you're dating a woman, I want you to watch her and watch her behavior. Does she act crazy? Does she act mean? Does she, you got to look at people, and we're not being hateful towards women, okay? Everyone has issues. We're not saying that we're perfect. But in any relationship, man, woman, man, you need to look at the other person that you're planning on spending a very intimate, close time for a long term. It is your duty to protect yourself And when you see that women have issues, you have to like pay attention to that and not turn a blind eye because she's so hot, okay? Which, come on, if we're honest, we do, right? You got to be like, okay, whoa, that's going on, that's going on, that's going on. And you have to get to know her and see like, okay, does she have major issues that she's been dealing with for her whole life? Okay. Is she working on improving those issues? Is she going to therapy? Is she doing something about it? Or does she just have the habit of being a train wreck and going from relationship, messing up, bringing her issues to the relationship, and being a negative impact to people, and then when her relationship is destroyed, she just goes on and does it again. Okay? Because some people have major issues but don't work on their issues, and they, instead of taking responsibility, they throw it on their partners. So be careful for women who blame you. Okay? Here's another thing men, I think, are guilty of. Because we want to appear strong, we want to appear that we're not too easily affected, we want to appear supportive. And so a lot of times we men take on blame from an angry woman, even though we know that the blame was unjustified. Okay? So that's another warning sign. Every time she gets angry, does she just start throwing blame at you, unjustified blame? Okay, well, that's a very big warning sign. Okay, so be careful when women blame you, because if she's blaming you for small things, she's going to start blaming you for big things. And then in the future, when you're married, when you have kids, she's going to start blaming you for major things. And then by that time, because you didn't stop it at the beginning, you are in deep mud and you ain't getting out. Okay? So don't let women throw their issues on you. Again, we're not being hateful towards women. Don't let anyone throw their issues on you. You got to stop them and be like, whoa, I see that you are throwing your unresolved issues on me. I have nothing to do with your unresolved issues. Go and take care of that yourself. The issues inside of you, you need to go and do your work inside. Okay? Which brings me to my next point, and a mistake that I've unfortunately made more than once, which is don't try to save her. Okay, let's say that again. This is a big one for a lot of guys. Don't try to save her. What do we do when we see a vulnerable, sad girl? We want to save her. She's so beautiful and so precious, and if she only could see how beautiful and precious and special she was, if I could just show her, then, and if I could just help her with her issues, then, I could save her. I could save her from herself. Okay? Drop a comment right now. Drop an LOL down in the comments if that's you, We've all been guilty of that. You can't save her. Let's say that again. You cannot save her. One more time, you can't save her. And if you try, you're going down with the boat. The boat is sinking and you're going down with the boat. Okay? Why can't you save her? Because her issues are in here, inside of her. We cannot reach into a human and fix them. It is not possible. That's why if you watch this video again, you would realize that I keep saying, let her go fix her own issue. She's responsible to fix her own issue. You can't fix a girl. You can't save a girl. And when you try to save them, a lot of times because they have unresolved issues, which leads to blame and hatred and anger, they'll turn around at the end and say it was all your fault. Okay, which is part of their issue. So, don't try to save a girl. Find a girl who's at the emotional place where she's ready to be in a long-term relationship. Oh, let's say that again. Don't try to fix a girl. Find someone who's emotionally at the spot in their life where they have worked on themselves enough, where they are ready to be in a sustainable long-term relationship because they've worked on themselves. And I think the final point is you need to understand that people have patterns, and that most people's patterns don't change that much. So if you meet a girl who's just, I know the term isn't nice or completely like crazy, like saying that is, we're not understanding the person, but just, I'm trying to be brief in this video, right? Someone who's acting crazy, just like out of control, if she's like that now, she's probably been like that for years, and the chances are she's not going to change. Okay, so this goes back to don't try to save her, don't try to fix her, and don't ignore the signs. Okay, most of the time when you end up with someone who's emotionally abusive, someone who's not emotionally ready to be in a long-term relationship, it's your fault because you ignored the signs, because she's so hot, because the sex is so good, because you believed you could save her. Okay, so it's up to you not to end up with an abusive or just an emotionally unstable person. Okay, be careful. Don't ignore the signs, because it could be a big mess for you, especially if you end up marrying. Then the divorce happens, and then if you end up divorcing a woman who's hasn't dealt with her issues, then she will probably be in a rage during the divorce and hurt you as much as she can in the divorce. Okay, with no mercy. Okay, because that's what emotionally unstable people do. They go towards hatred, not love and fairness. So think about all that stuff. And to close out, I'm not saying that we don't have issues. We all have issues. It's not about finding a partner that doesn't have any issues. It's about finding a partner whose issues are, you can be like, okay, she has 1, 2, 3, 4. These are her 4 major issues. Okay, I think I could deal with those for the long term. And she's looking at you like, okay, this guy has 1, 2, 3, 4 major issues. Oh, but I can deal with him. Okay, so there are no 2 perfect people. I got issues, you got issues, she got issues. It's just about what level of issues the person has. Choose someone with a regular level of issues. Okay, that's basically what we're saying in this video. After coaching hundreds of men for 10 years, I've discovered a proven 5-step process for you to attract, date, and keep a hot woman. If you want to learn that proven 5-step process, jump over to jatjones.com and watch the free masterclass. Make sure to subscribe, hit the notifications icon, and drop me a comment. Thanks for watching. Peace.